What's up, Wanna Coffee fam? It's Kai, and we are back. We will have weekly contributions from strangers all over the world discussing various topics chosen by yours truly. And this is the first time these contributors have spoken to one another, so you are in for a real treat. Without further ado, here's Christian and Ethan with anime in hip-hop culture.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ethan, and I have here with me.
Hello. I'm Christian.
Today's topic is going to be anime in hip hop / pop culture, which I love this subject. But you were actually mentioning just right now about your experience with anime. So why don't we start with that?
Yeah, actually, I don't have that much knowledge in the anime world. Like, I love Pokemon. I literally have a Meowth tattoo. I love Digimon. I can't wait for my Gatomon tattoo. But and then Avatar: Last Airbender, but that's like Nickelodeon American. So TBH, I don't really know that much anime. And Sailor Moon, I was like in the closet, so like I didn't really feel comfortable watching it out loud.
Yeah, but did you watch it in the closet?
I watched like episodes and I would just twirl around.
What better way is there for you to watch it? Silly.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what it's for. It's great you bring up Avatar though, because so Avatar: The Last Airbender, the original series, right, is a great example of like American creators who did outsource the animation to, I believe, a studio in Korea, South Korea.
Oh, I did not know
So
that.
yeah, so it still fits in the subject because the idea is anime in pop / hip hop culture, and that's a great example of like anime having pervaded and influenced our childhoods, and certainly people nowadays. I think more people are watching anime worldwide, and especially in the States, than ever before, cumulative, in fact. Uh, the Last Airbender, I think, was kind of like one of the, or at least the most well-known and the biggest one that was like Western animation combined with like classic Japanese anime style and anime tropes. Because you could argue it's I mean, it's, you don't even need to argue. The creators have like specifically said that like
Yes,
they've
it's
been inspired by anime their whole
great.
life. They wanted to make it this way and whatnot.
Right.
And it's crazy for me because growing up, it's like not so much in the closet like you, and for me, like, because being Vietnamese and Asian American here, it's not that not that crazy for me to watch anime. Like I was obsessed with anime growing up. I still am. I watch a lot of anime still. But growing up, I watched every series that was released basically. And now I see uh YouTube videos, reaction videos, and like it is so pervasive across social media now, and it's like hitting up. It's finally hitting, like the A-listers start mentioning it, right?
Totally. They're in the movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keanu Reeves has always been a huge fan, and he's always wanted to make an Akira adaptation. I don't know if you know that. That's a pretty big one.
Ding
Uh,
ding. I saw the movie.
Great. Yes, there you go.
Right. 1988. Yes.
Yeah, and we're not even talking about series only, by the way. Have you seen any of the Studio Ghibli films, which are
Oh
mine?
my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Of course.
Yeah, I mean, right? Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess
How's Moving
Mononoke,
Castle?
Spirited Away,
Onion.
exactly. Those are my beloved movies, right? I mean, so yeah, a lot of people grew up with Disney in America, and I did, of course. I know a lot. I watch every Disney, watch every Pixar, but Ghibli films for me are even above that. I think we wouldn't have Pixar if it weren't for Studio Ghibli, but that's um,
That's another conversation. I love that.
yeah. If you watch any documentary, sorry, I'm just rambling because this is like very close to me. But so there have been a lot of like mini documentaries, articles, and videos of like the background and history of Pixar and how many of the creators, and John Lasseter specifically, who basically, his work issues aside as a person, helped helm Pixar to its current point, very heavily anime influenced, right? And specifically Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki. So just more of like, I think, yeah, Pixar wouldn't necessarily be the kind of studio it is today if it weren't for, say, anime influence and Studio Ghibli films and whatnot.
Ding ding. I love
Yeah.
that.
Sorry.
I really didn't put those two together
Yeah.
until you said that. Now I'm like, oh my God, Big Hero 6. I want to watch it again.
Yeah, exactly. Big Hero 6. And yeah, back to A-list. So there was Keanu Reeves, of course, and then another big one I think of, like Michael B. Jordan. He is a huge anime fan, and he, I think, helped produce one on, I can't remember which streaming service, but he produced and voiced an American anime series. Idris Elba and his wife, I believe, are huge fans and are also producing a
Wow.
black centric anime.
Oh, I love
Um,
that.
um, and maybe we can, open up a bit bigger too, of like Asian influence over certain pop culture and hip hop. Like the biggest one historically, what, Wu-Tang Clan, right? Clan. Bleh, can't speak English right now. But yeah, sorry. Again, rambling.
No, no, Team Ramble, Team Ramble. I love that. Honestly, I really didn't ever like put those two together, and I'm happy that we're doing that right now. Like I just watched Luca, and I just watched what was that? Raya, the last Dragon Trainer or something like
Right,
that. The
right, right,
new
right.
Pixar Disney one, and it's like it's so cool to see all, like you're saying, Asian influence. But I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. Literally, Pixar would not be here without Miyazaki films. Like. Gigi is such a freaking character. I have cats named after Gigi.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, I think you think of how great Pixar films are. Uh, think of Up and Wall-E and all the influence of that, like strong female characters and non one-dimensional characters. Many of their films don't necessarily have like a straight antagonist.
Right.
Yeah, so I think a lot of those tropes move over. Bring back to that too. We'll go back to Avatar real quick, The Last Airbender. Appa, the big flying bison.
Appa, yip yip.
Yeah. So yeah, yep.
I
So
named every single one of my bongs Appa. Just a random confession.
because
All of my bongs are named Appa.
they get you
Hi. Yip
high.
yip.
Yeah,
Let's go,
get you on a
Appa.
ride. So the creators were like literally when they were first creating The Last Airbender, they basically just said to themselves, we need a big furry something that's like a Totoro.
Oh, oh my God. I
We
love
need
that.
they literally, it's an
We need a
interview. I think
Totoro.
they've said it multiple times. They were just like, we need a Totoro. So they made Appa.
Oh my God. Appa is literally Totoro. Now I want to watch My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Honestly, curse, what is it? Curse of the Fireflies or Case of the Fireflies?
Grave of the Fireflies.
Grave of the Fireflies, literally. Okay, so when I first started at Woodcliff or at another building way long ago, one of my residents, for some reason, love him. He thought that I was obsessed with anime. I don't know what I gave off that did that, but I love that. And he would like download little DVDs. I don't know if this is legal, but I don't give a, and he would give them to me. And the Grave of the Fireflies was one of the Miyazaki's that I had never seen. And I was like, oh my God, literally, I wept from like, I
Yeah.
don't know, 30 minutes in till the end.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
oh my God. And again, like you're saying, these multi-layered tropes that are coming in. I'm like,
Yeah.
I do not get to see Pixar films like this.
Right?
But then you just watch Raya, and I'm like, oh my God, there are layers, there are nuances. This is definitely Ghibli. Now I'm literally gonna have this like movie marathon. We're gonna watch one Ghibli, one Pixar.
Oh my gosh, yes, you should. I love that idea. Real quick, Grave of the Fireflies is Ghibli. It's a different director, Isao Takahata. But
Ugh, obsessed.
um,
Spit the truth. Teach the
uh,
children.
that's definitely, Grave of the Fireflies is pretty famous too, because it's like it's an anime film, but it is one of the most harrowing, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Never watched regarding World War II, right? Um, it's animated, and yet, spoiler alert for everyone, it's about two kids starving to death because of war. Who, first of all, live action, people would not have the balls to do that regardless, much less an animated film in the 80s. And I think it's because, with Japanese censorship compared to American censorship, they don't censor their cartoons the way we do here, right? We baby our children thinking they can't handle it. Whereas
Oh,
in
like they
Japan,
can't
it's
handle
like,
a gun, or oh, I see.
right. So yeah, I mean, so you bring a Pokemon earlier. People don't realize that there's actually the original animation in Japan brought over here. It's heavily edited because in the original animation has blood and some nudity.
Oh,
Yeah.
upset. I knew like some cross-dressing episodes may have been like banned because
Yep.
James is
Oh,
like,
yep.
gender fluid.
Yep.
I that's all, like the queer codedness has been, erased from our viewing pleasure. I also know like a lot of like drunk jokes are changed because in Japan, like I guess you can drink and walk around and do that. And so for us, we get like the sleepy old man, but for Japanese anime, it's like it's just the drunken neighbor.
Yeah,
The
they have different views on that, right? It's just
yeah.
certainly cultural, but again, it's the difference of like what we think kids can handle, what they believe kids can or cannot handle, um, uh, how and how that, again, bleeds into pop and everyday culture, and you expose kids to these themes, and you just have to be more responsible at about how you portray those kinds of things, right? Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Bring
Nope.
back to the title of like how pervasive it is in pop culture, hip hop culture. I mean, Pokemon is a big thing. Everybody, regardless of whether they played it or not, everybody recognizes the name, right? Everybody
And now
recognizes.
with like the age of nostalgia, all these like rappers are singing out songs with Pokemon. Katy
Yeah,
Perry released a Pikachu song.
yeah.
There's like a movie about it. It's like crazy.
Hello Kitty, Sailor Moon.
Oh, duh. Hello Kitty, Sailor Moon. Hello.
Yeah, and even amongst the, not necessarily like children or cutesy types. I mean, people are big on the action stuff these days. Attack on Titan's a big name.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Dragon Ball is all everybody recognizes Dragon Ball, and these are hyper violent anime. It's all about fighting and whatnot. Um, yeah, it's just I just love that there's more people watching anime now than there ever was cumulative.
Yeah, I love that they're like out and proud about it now too.
Yeah.
It's like it's no longer this like, oh, I watch cartoons. No, no. This is a real this is a genre of freaking media.
What I appreciate is that for me, anime has always been just a medium. I never viewed it as it's cartoons, therefore it's kids, which is how Americans specifically view,
Correct.
like if it's a cartoon, it's for kids. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
Um, but it's just a medium, right? You believe that into like, why do we love Pixar movies? Because they're just really great movies that happen to be animated well. And I'll always rail against someone who's like, I don't watch Pixar because I mean they're cartoons, and it's like, dude, what's your it's almost always a guy, by the way. uh
Ah,
but then they'll turn around and watch like Dragon Ball and Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia. There's these really big action oriented violent fighting anime, right, that everybody's sort of like into nowadays, and spreading the word of, and yeah, it's great.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Do
what
you
i
know
what I
any more like live action ones coming out? Like, does Mega Man count? I've always wanted to see a live action of Mega Man.
So Mega Man is an original Japanese anime and game series. I think it was, dubbed when it was brought over. It didn't do very well. Same thing with, I think, the Sonic series. Although I can't remember if the Sonic series was originally American or Japanese. I generally can't remember. Um, what I really like about all of this, and this might be going too tangential.
Yeah.
It's also why I read a lot of sci-fi and fantasy, and read a lot of graphic novels and comic books, is that if you can get past yourself and just that whole limitation of because it's a certain genre, you can widen your horizons. It's You brought that point up earlier where how there was always easy cross-dressing and queer in anime. They've done that for decades. It's not new.
Right.
It's like the kids are shown that at an early age as totally normal, right? um and if you can just use the medium to sort of spread those ideas, and allow people to open their minds and accept them more easily, even if it's just first through an animated series or whatever, and they're shown that this is totally normal. It's okay for, men to be say feminine, quote, or women to be like particularly strong and loud and boisterous or whatnot, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
No, yeah, I feel that. Oh fuck, I was just gonna say something on man tangent,
Mega Man.
Mega Man,
uh
hip hop. It was there. It was there. It was coming out, but
I cut your thought, my bad.
no, you're good. You're good. You're good. I'm like trying to think, oh, have I ever had that conversation with people? Oh no, children. Oh, I think yes. In America, we do see anything cartoon or anything animated as something for children. I think we need to like start reprogramming ourselves and start
Totally.
saying, well, yeah, maybe you can argue it's for children, but it's just drawn in a way, or it's a story told. I'm specifically talking about Pixar.
Yeah.
It's a story told in a way that a child could understand it,
Right.
but that doesn't mean you won't understand it and you won't get it.
Right.
Like you're gonna see different layers and nuances and things that hello, we've all been wanting you to watch and normalize, as you're saying from the get-go. Like, yeah, putting all these, depictions of, cross-dressing. Oh yeah, that guy dresses in different clothes and that's it, because clothes has no gender. Love that. Sorry, we went super off tangent.
No, I think it's all relevant though, actually,
Same
right?
thing.
It's all, I think it is all relevant. It's how anime has pervaded hip hop culture. I'm unfortunately, I wish I could talk more about hip hop culture, but that would be disingenuous. I'm not that into it, you know?
No, I feel you. I mean, like the older I get, like the less and less I know of like current music. And I feel like what I know is like, okay, I know Nicki Minaj does Chun Li, and we
Yeah.
have some, cute songs about that, but I can't really talk about like
Yeah.
what certain new age rappers are
Yeah.
hip hopping about now. I'm popping to the side,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
admiring.
I mean, I want to say I could blame my age as well, where I'm just like, I'm not, it's hard, not harder, but like I'm not as quick to the gun when it comes to like seeing who's up and about and current and all their new music all the time. But I will say,
I give it my age,
I
100.
know, I know Naruto, like the anime is super big and huge, and especially in the hip hop culture as well. It's very been adopted, I would say, by much of the hip hop culture, with rap groups and hip hop groups and dance groups. We're not even just talking about rap music, right? It's actually been anime, especially, has really pervaded dance groups and the dance culture and the dance scene, I would say.
Ding ding. Very Jabberwocky. Oh, I feel that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, totally.
Um, yeah. Are there any series that you have always sort of like heard and wanted to sort of test the waters with, that you have never actually done or watched?
Um, there was one about like a vampire girl, and or like it's not Soul Eater, but it's like I think maybe it's Soul Eater, where one is a weapon and one is a person, and they like have to partner up together to like defeat crime or something. It was on Netflix. I saw like 2 episodes and I was like, that sounds so, and like I got into it, but then like I don't know, I went somewhere and I watched
The hilarious thing is that normally I think if you describe something like that very easily, I think most Western cartoons, you'd be like, oh, it's that one. But with anime, the trope of like girl's a vampire, okay, that's a lot. The weapon is a thing. All right, that's a lot of anime too. It's kind of hard, but
it's kind of hard to pinpoint which
yeah,
one.
it's like there's a lot of vampire girl anime out there, and a lot
I know.
about
That's
like
the worst
sentient
part.
weapons.
If I try to describe it to like my boyfriend, or we were like, "Oh, what do you want to watch?" I was like, "Remember that one time we watched this?" He's like, "Oh, is it this one?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's not that one.
Probably Soul Eater. I mean, you're not a vampire, but there are like specific weapons that are sentient, I think, in Soul Eater. So
And Soul Eaters, it's nothing to do with place.
I think it's on Netflix, and it is that one of the main characters is a young girl. So
And she uses like
scythe.
a scythe.
Yes.
This is my
Right.
son. I love
Yes.
you got that off of that.
Yeah, that's, I think, yeah, that's Soul Eater. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Yeah, that's definitely. We're actually hitting the 19 minute mark now, so I'm gonna.
Oh wait, you have not seen Soul Eater?
No, I have.
Oh, okay,
a long
cool.
time ago. A long time
So
ago.
yay, nay.
Middle of the road for me.
Oh, okay, cool. Controversial.
We can have a separate conversation.
Yeah, I love that we're gonna end it on a controversial note.
Good. All right.
Perfect.
Great. It was always great.
Soul Eaters with C plus. Love you guys.
I'm not gonna comment. All right. Well,
Oh my God, I can't.
talk to everyone later.
This was an interesting one. I have always been so curious and dumbfounded and surprised to see so many adults into this stuff. Thanks, guys. That's it for us, folks. Catch us next week for a brand new episode with brand new contributors. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Wanna Coffee Pod. That's Wanna Coffee Pod. I'm your host, Kai, and let's wanna coffee next week. Cheers. Oh my God, orange is not my new black.